Hello YouTube, this is ZachOn5 once again, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a pest control guide. What I've got for my gear right now is, I don't have a helmet of any kind for Void. I've got a helmet Easy Knot, Glory, Void Top, Void Bottom, gloves, whip, defender, Zarmar cloak, dragon boots. This is typically just kind of standard minigame gear, I guess you could say. Then for my inventory, I've got Bandos God Sword, which I've got that just for the strength bonus against portals and the special attack, which will affect portals greatly. Then my other stuff, I've got strength potions, superset, whatever. I've got enough supersets to last me good 10, 15 games or so right now. I've also got lobsters because I am a little bit of a lower level to be playing a veteran, which that's what I'm going to be showing off today is the veteran lander. I'm not exactly sure what the levels requirements are for veteran lander, but I am bringing lobsters along because you will take some random damage, whether it be from spinners or spinner monsters or splatter monsters just kind of exploding when somebody hits them. And on top of that, since I am a lower level, as you can see, my melee stats aren't exactly great. This is a multi-combat game, so you will get piled almost constantly if you don't watch yourself. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be going over two basic strategies to how to play the game. You can pick whichever one's for you, depending on your stats, preferences, whatever. Number one is going to be hunting down the portals, which that consists you running around the perimeter of the island and killing whichever portal is open, or you can sit there and guard the Void Knight. Now, don't be surprised if we happen to lose a game or so in this video, because these guys are kind of loose cannons. They just kind of wander off, do whatever the hell they want, really. So, anyways, I've got the whip and the dragon defender there just for the sake of causing damage, because ever since bots got big in pest control, getting void gear and stuff constantly, Jagex did make an update to it to where they actually have to go do something in order to earn any commendations whatsoever. So yeah, now we just gotta kind of wait for the game to start up. It's taking a little while, sadly, but anyways, while I'm standing here, I'm going to drink some of my purple potions. Once the game starts, these stats will drag over, so I'll still be boosted once I get into the game. However, once the game ends, your stats are back down to normal. That's kind of how it is with any minigame, whether it's Clan Wars or whatever. Quick run over some of the monsters in this game. There are monsters that come from all three combat types: melee, range, mage, that sort of stuff. The big ones you really want to be careful of are splatter monsters and spinner monsters. They don't really attack you, more say, but they will cause damage to you. Splatter monsters just cause damage just because of the simple fact that when they're attacked, they kind of explode like a giant hand grenade, and they cause damage to anybody standing near it. This will cause a hefty amount of damage, maybe 168 at the most, I think. And then spinners, which are like floating jellyfish, they usually spawn in groups of like 4 or 5 around the portals. And if you don't kill them before you kill the portal, they will explode. Oh yeah, there's a splatter right there. But they will explode and they will poison you and cause 50 damage right off the bat. Which that's not horrible, but the poison will screw you over in the end. Anyways, now that the barrier for this one's down, it'll tell you which one it is down here if you're hunting the portals. But now that you know what portal is down, you can sit there and just kind of wail on it. Like I said, I usually just use the Bandos God Sword against the portals. The main reason for that is that if you don't kill the portals fast enough, it will regenerate its health. So I usually use the Bandos God Sword so I can hit really hard against the portals, so it'll actually take some significant damage. Because like I said, I am a little bit lower level. Even with supersets, I'm still not exactly great. Typically, if you're going to be hunting portals, you want to do that if you're a tank, like if you've got tank gear. Something like, whatever tanks would wear in a pest control game. Anyways, there's one of the spinners I was talking about, and it looks like I already got nailed by one somewhere along the line. But these guys are rather annoying, but they are easy to kill. They have really, really crappy defense. I mean, I'm taking it down easy, no problem. Well, they took out the whip and they didn't get it. I didn't kill it in time, sadly. But then again, like I said, these guys are kind of loose cannons. They just do whatever they want. As you can see, a level 115 with Soul Split and Full Void is kind of getting rocked. That's typically why I bring some lobsters along, just for the sake of that. And looks like we lost that one. Now, typically if we won, this guy would look a little bit happier, and he'd give us 4 commendations and 1k GP. Now, like I said, we lost that one, mainly because, like I said, these guys kind of fail sometimes. And if any of these guys are watching, sorry for saying that, but, you know, kind of gotta make the video interesting. Have it be something of a learning experience. So anyways, this next time around I'm going to show you about guarding the Void Knight. Now, that part's typically easy if you've got the right people there. If you've got a bunch of low levels there, it gets to be kind of a hassle. But if you got some guys that are roughly my level to level 120, you know, 4 or 5 guys is really all you need to guard him, you shouldn't really have much to worry about. Now, I typically you can really kind of tackle this strategy any way you want. I know one guy's using mage, other guy's using range, you know, whatever. The main reason that I use the whip for this is because of the fact that it hits much faster. And like I said, with the update, if you don't cause enough damage and you win, you will not get any points whatsoever. Now, these little gray and gold things, they will teleport all over the place, and it just gets really, really annoying trying to chase them down. Sometimes I'll teleport all the way over by a portal, and if you have auto retaliate, sorry for the voice crack there. If you have auto retaliate on, it will drag you all the way over there, and it'll just really kind of screw you up. Now, you want to kill these guys as fast as possible, because along with the damage being caused from like way out here on all 3 sides, these guys will just nail this guy with with a lot of damage. Like you see there, he just dropped a shit ton of HP, which that is never ever a good sign. Sometimes just for the hell of it, I'll just whip out my Bandos guy sword. You know, what the fuck? Why not? And epically failed special attack right there. And run away from that splatter, because he will fuck you up. They come in all sorts of different colors, you know, whatever. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the blue splatters are the ones that'll cause the most damage to you when they explode. Typically they don't attack, they just kind of wander around just waiting for somebody to hit him. And since this is multi-combat, you'll get some idiot that'll use barrage or something like that and nail one monster right next to a splatter. Splatter explodes, deals massive damage to everybody else. And it looks like we're going to lose this one too, because again, these guys are not the smartest people when it comes to playing Pest Control. Thankfully, he actually managed to heal a little bit there. I gotta go kill this guy real quick. So anyways, what I'm basically going for right now, since I don't have a helm, is I'm going to go for a melee helm, just because I am primarily a melee player. I don't usually dabble in magic or range. Hey, we won. Sweet. I got 115 Void Knight commendations, so I've got 185 left to go for a helm. But since I am a primary melee player, I will get a mage or a melee helm first, because I'll just make this go by so much easier. I'm gonna go over all the different items quick, I guess, if I can manage to make it there in time. Don't want to make this video go on too long. It's already going on 9 minutes. So I will see what I can do about making this really fast. You want to exchange this with this guy over here. You got, it's kind of like Soul Wars over here. You kind of got your XP that you can spend points on. Really kind of, you know, normal. Then you got your equipment. I'm going for the Void Melee Helm, as you can see. It's 200 commendations. You can kind of look this over yourself if you want to pause the video or whatever. And consumables, you got herb pack, mineral pack, seed pack. That just kind of gives you a bunch of randoms of whatever you pick, and then the charms. So anyways, I think I'm going to stop this recording right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a conquest guide or not. It's pretty much the same thing, almost, I guess. Not really. It's kind of like chess, I suppose. So anyways, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a conquest guide or not, but stay tuned and you can find out sometime later. See ya.